It's not a shame to be a job guy. You need job guys.
What's happening, everybody? The Job Guys back with you one more time. Nitro Nick is here. Ryan is here. Thank you for being here, as always, as we run back another legendary pay-per-view. And Nick, it's unbelievable to think. And we're starting this now series of 30 years ago, because 30 years ago is really the reason why we're doing this show. It's really the reason I even know you to begin with. It's the only reason why we're buddies to begin with. And again, the reason we are doing this show here, and that is our love for the nWo. New World Order. I can't believe 30 frickin' years ago, and here we are, still talking about it, still running it back. I'm not wearing a shirt today, but our logo is the nWo logo. You see people wearing, you go to a show, you see a couple hundred nWo shirts. People still talk about it all over the world. It just shows you how big of a deal this thing was and still is. Unbelievable, Nick. And this was the very first pay-per-view they were ever at. Great American Bash, 1996. A lot of people say this is arguably the best WCW pay-per-view there was. It's one of them.
They are the biggest faction ever. Ryan, they changed the game.
And it's not even close.
They made wrestling cool from an era when I would argue maybe it's its worst ever. They were able to bring it out of life support. And, you know, it was cool to talk about them at school. Sports athletes were talking about them. They were on late night talk shows. I mean, my God, they were on some award shows. I remember Hogan pinning Drew Carey up against the wall.
The NBA Finals.
Yeah, I mean, well, you got guys missing the NBA Finals game, practice game, and stuff to come to this. You know, and thank God, because Ryan, like you said, I don't know that I'd be watching wrestling. I don't know that I'd be friends with you. Ryan, I was checked out. I was done. When Hall showed up, I got to actually see the day he showed up. That was cool, but I was just like, because he was still talking like Razor. You know, so I was just like, oh, cool. Like Razor Ramon switch sides.
He's here.
You know? Yeah, he's here. Cool. I tell you something about the pay-per-view. One of the biggest things that makes this thing so great, you're listening to the announcers the entire time, and not about the match. You're waiting to hear if they're going to talk about something about these guys. Yeah. There is an aura over this. It's the whole thing that takes on the Nitros after this. You don't care that it's Roadblock versus Big Ron Studd. You know, you're watching it because what are these guys here for? What are they doing, you know?
I didn't have cable. It was on at 9 a.m. Saturday morning. And then I did make a point to try to get up and watch Pro in the morning to see what was going on. And I was interested in this to the point I was on vacation in Wisconsin visiting my family, trying to get Bash at the Beach to find out who the third man was going to be in a hotel room, because I was so excited about who this third man.
That didn't work for your parents, brother.
It didn't work for the hotel. Yeah. It didn't work for the hotel either. Times are not like today where you can just flip on your phone and, you know, either have ESPN or illegally stream it or whatever. I had to call the stinking hotel. Can I get pay-per-view, brother? They're like, what are you, stupid? No, I'm 16.
He's an idiot.
People got to realize how, I mean, you're talking to two job guys here who are watching Saturday mornings, watching the Pro, watching all. You got to realize how bad it was for me and you to take a step back from it, Ryan. How bad 94? How bad 95? I mean, you're talking to guys who watch everything. You know, we go back and watch the old crap. We watch, you know, it was unwatchable.
Yeah. So we're going to break this pay-per-view down. One of the best, if you listen to other people of all time, a really turning point for WCW. They love the matches and all that. Thank you very much for being here. If you've never watched one of our Run It Back shows, we do kind of what we're doing right now. Give a little background where we were, where wrestling was at the time. Then we get into the show, break that down, and then make sure you stay till the end, because we do something called the Ultimate Run Back, and that is where we have the match of the night, the line of the night, who won the night, a bunch of different categories that we talk about and break that show down even further. And let me tell you, I've got some on here. You're gonna want to stay till the end because somebody's gonna get it, brother, and they're gonna get it bad. So stay tuned to the end because the nWo is gonna unleash havoc at the end here, brother.
This is where the power lies.
Nick, we have a grading scale we give to pay-per-views. Give us your grade. It's an A through F, but of course A stands for an immortal show. You know, things like that. What do you got on the scale? And it goes all the way down to an F, which is a red rooster. What would be your grade here?
Well, Ryan, I'm going to grade this in context to the era that it is in as well.
Absolutely.
Because you got to remember that we can't put it up. You know, you're not putting Casablanca up against Titanic, you know, or something like that.
Casablanca's better.
Yeah, maybe.
No, it is.
But Ryan, here, I'm going to say it's between your shirt, the Honka-Tonk, at a C, and AJ Styles. I'm sorry, folks out there.
B would be phenomenal. That'd be a B. A phenomenal show.
I think it's a C+, B-. I don't think it's as great as everybody else says. Now, on the flip side, I don't think it's a stinker. It's definitely a pay-per-view that I don't mind watching some of the matches again.
Got some high points.
Memorable moments. So I'm going to give it a C+, a Honka plus.
Okay. I will give my grade during the Ultimate Run Back.
Sounds good.
Leading into this, we all know Scott Hall shows up for the first time, walks down through the stands on Memorial Day on Nitro. 2 weeks later, which was right before this, on June 10th, his big surprise shows up. It is Kevin Nash. Bischoff says, show up at the Great American Bash. We'll have an answer for you. The measuring stick just changed around here, and you're looking at it.
Great line.
Hey, let's get into the show. June 16th, 1996, 30 years ago today, fifth bash ever held in the Baltimore Arena. This is like the home of the Great American Bash. They get 170,000 buys for this one. After this, the pay-per-views would start going into the 200s. Dusty and Tony Schiavone are your announcers for this. There is no Bobby the Brain Heenan because he's going to be the head coach of the Horsemen against the football team, guys. The Steiners taking on Fire and Ice. If you don't know who that is Scott Flash Norton and the Ice Train. Who? Anything on this match at all? I'll just say before you go, I'll let you talk about the match. They say this match is scheduled for one fall with a special stipulation. There must be a winner. Oh, really? There must be a winner, huh?
Well,
they say it like 10 times, and I guess they fought like on Monday, and there was no winner. So there must be a winner this time. They don't tell you like how there must be a winner, or like they don't. Oh, it's no count out, no DQ, no. Oh, there must be a winner. What does that even freaking mean?
WCW's notorious.
WCW, dude.
WCW.
No, the botched finish. I mean, that was it. I mean, he really didn't get him over on that Frankensteiner, but you know,
well, he's getting so big at that point.
He is. Why would you try that? Why would that be let's try to Frankenstein the Big Show. Like, why? Like, what are we doing here? But I don't know. The match, whatever. It was fine. Fire and Ice. I just never got over on those guys. It could have been left off the card, and I wouldn't have cared.
Well, sure. I thought it was actually a good match, considering who it was. I mean, the Steiners can work. They can work with everybody. I thought it was a good match, though, considering that Fire and Ice are, like, forgettable as it gets. Other thing I thought about during this match, those guys are so big. The ring looked tiny with those guys in it. It was crazy how tiny the ring looked.
That happens.
Steiners win it. We go to the back. We have a Taskmaster promo. Conan is your U.S. champion. He is the Mexican heavyweight champion at this point. That means AAA. He's the AAA champion at that point, as well as the U.S. champ. He looks completely different than nWo Conan, where he's all Viva la Raza and all of that. He is fighting a man named El Gato. El Gato is making his pay-per-view debut. We saw him for the very first time last week on WCW Main Event, Tony Schiavone says. How'd he get a title shot then?
Excellent question.
Nick, did this person look familiar to you at all, or?
I didn't pay attention to this match. I'm so sorry, but like I did a little bit. But who was it?
I look right at this man as he's walking down the aisle. And I immediately go, now he has a mask on. The mask barely covers his face, but I didn't even look at his face. I looked at his body. I'm like, that looks like Pat Tanaka. Then I look at his face and his mask that is barely covering his face. The eye holes are like this big. That's an eye hole right here. Like, what? It is Pat Tanaka. It's Tanaka.
It was worse than Martel's.
Just throw a mask on him, brother. Nobody will know.
It was worse than Martel's blindfold at 7. You can see right there.
Dude, seriously. I think it was the blindfold from WrestleMania 7. You can see right through it. And so I Google it, and yeah, Pat Tanaka was known as El Gato, which means the cat. Okay. Gimmick infringement on Ernest Miller. How on earth do you... This is... The answer here, again, is just like WCW.
WCW.
How does someone not look at that mask and go, get him a bigger mask?
WCW.
But even I noticed just by the way he looks, his body. I'm like, that's Tanaka from the Orient Express. We have all these new luchadors who are over here, and the guy we put in there with Conan is freaking Pat Tanaka.
WCW.
WCW.
Nobody will know the difference, brother.
No.
Dusty Rhodes will become a theme here. He says, quote, or maybe it's Schiavone and Dusty. Yeah. He's held this title ever since he beat the one-man gang recently. That's what Tony says. Recently. Then Dusty responds, goes, yeah, a lot of people are surprised he's held it this long. He just told you he won the belt the other day. So what are you saying? That he's a job guy?
He's nothing but a fucking job guy.
Like, yeah, a lot of people are surprised he's held that belt for 3 days. Hey, that was our first Dusty-ism of the night. We will hear quite a few of those today.
Conan is a guy, Ryan, I think, that is the definition of nWo plugged. Or, so, like this guy, he may have been awesome in Mexico. Massive. He wasn't over here, Ryan.
Well, not yet. They just brought him in, like El Gato. They're like, oh, here's El Gato. Oh, all right. And they put him in matches. Rey Mysterio on this show.
Yeah.
Unless you were watching ECW or watching AAA, you had no idea who Rey Mysterio was. And they tell you this is his debut in WCW. So they're just throwing guys out here. And it's funny that we are still doing this in the year of the Lord 2026. That's how I feel when AEW every week drags out, here's Poopsie McGillicuddy, freaking some guy comes out. You don't know who this is. Same thing here. People didn't know Conan yet. And not people didn't know Rey Mysterio yet. By the end of that match, they like him.
Right.
You don't know who they are.
It's NXT as well. You're wheeling these guys in, and I don't know who they are, Ryan. It's thank God there were certain guys like Mysterio that were able to get themselves over due to new ring work for a lot of fans like myself that I had not been following the cruiserweights and whatnot. But on other guys, Ryan, the ring work didn't matter because someone like Psychosis just looks so ridiculous to me. Like the horns and stuff. Like, that's why, like, it just, La Parka, until he became that weirder, like, dancing guy, just coming out.
Skull Captain in the his up.
One for me and one for my homies.
When the first time I saw him, Ryan, I was like, it's Skeletor. I really thought it was a parody on Skeletor. And, I didn't know he was apparently bigger in another country.
Or Johnny from Karate Kid.
Yeah. It was one of the missing guys, yeah.
We go to the back. Conan wins, by the way. He gets the crowd finally behind him with a powerbomb onto the mat from the ring apron.
It's a good
Never
match.
seen stuff like that before. Crowd starts chanting for Conan. He wins. Sting is in the back. Sting is taking on Lord Steven Regal in this match. Sting is the tag team champions currently with Lex Luger. Mean Gene and Sting pretty much just say that Regal's gay because he's English. He then stops, Sting does, and goes, I can't say what I want to say, brother. They keep calling him Prissy because he's English, and that's your Sting promo.
And why he said that, Hogan wrote that promo for him, right?
Only Hogan.
Only Hogan.
That was just the right guy.
Hogan's the only guy that ever did anything ever in life. DDP is taking on
who's
Marcus
not over yet.
Bagwell. No, he has just won the Lord of the Ring, which is the Battle Bowl thing that happened at Slamboree.
Get a ring or something.
Yeah, the Lord of the Ring. You get a ring for winning that Battle Bowl. He is taking on not Buff Bagwell. He is still Marcus Alexander Bagwell. So we get the American Male's music as he comes to the ring. DDP rips on Cal Ripken. As I said, he calls him Carl Ripken.
Carl.
And they said DDP, they want him so bad, dude, that the American Males had to have a coin toss to decide who was going to get a piece of DDP. Anything about this match, it ends with the cutter.
Just another match, man. Kind of just throwing together. Maybe as boring, or that's bad, maybe a bad word, is some of these guys, we didn't know them as well, like a Gatto or a Marcus Bagwell, or have that big behind, like following with them. The matches kind of turned out okay. The matches are pretty good.
Yeah, it's not a bad match. It's just
it's Marcus Bagwell before he's buff, man. In
DDP. Before he's cool DDP, he's still doing the 9,000 gimmick.
WCW, Ryan, is really, I'm sorry, folks, it's really bad without the NWO. It's god-awful stuff without the NWO.
It sucked. It stunk.
What Bagwell's got to do is he's got to get him in a situation to pin him. He's got to get him in that situation to pin him, if you will.
You got a bicycle.
We'll just leave it there.
He's not great on commentary. He can cut a promo, Ryan. He did talk people into buildings, but he's not great on commentary at all. No, he's not. I know. He's rough on commentary. A lot of those guys don't transition to commentary, though, Ryan. That are some of the better talkers. I don't think Piper's great on commentary. He's not as bad as Rhodes. Rhodes is one. I'm with you. He's one of the worst on the commentary. A lot of the great.
You're talking yourself into the worst of all time. You keep going. It keeps getting a little worse, kind of like Dusty.
I don't hate him like you do, Ryan. I've gained some respect for Rhodes, man, over the years. But no,
you didn't lose it watching this
commentary. He's not good though. No, he's not, Ryan. He's not.
All right, now moving on to one of the matches this pay-per-view is known for. It's the Cruiserweight Championship, and this is really the beginning of the Cruisers taking off in WCW. Dean Malenko is the champion, and he is taking on Rey Mysterio Jr., who is making his debut at this show. The hype, you got to see this dude, man. You got to see this. Going back, I know you're a guy that did not like the Cruisers all that much back in the day. Watching it back now, what do you think about this match? And it ends with Ray losing his debut. Dean Malenko is your winner.
Well, I have a lot more respect for it today. I was just so into the big guys, Ryan. I grew up in a big guy era, and the NWO was really all I cared about. So the Cruisers, I didn't hate them. It must be impossible to do the whole match without some of it looking like it's choreographed, because they do some of these moves where you kind of need the other guy. I would urge some people to go back and watch some of these. I feel like these are much better done than today, Ryan. I feel like these matches flow a lot better, and there's not as much stuff where you're like, oh my God, he's obviously helping you up the ropes. Oh my God, that obviously doesn't hurt. Probably still some of those, but they marketed it well, Ryan. The way that they do this with the Cruisers holding up your ring work, you kind of got your mid-card names, and then you got your NWO at top. It worked well to sell cards.
This isn't a bad match whatsoever. And it may be hindsight 30 years now looking back on it. I don't think this match is as good as I remember it being. It's not bad, don't get me wrong. But there is a lot of holds in this match. Which, again, it's 1996. Rest holds were a thing. Yeah. It's more of a Japanese-style match. You just heard it with Takeshita and Okada about how Okada's matches build. They build. They're slow at the beginning, and then it's just a flurry at the end. That's what this was. It was very much a lot of holds and things like that. Then Ray starts flying around in the last 2 minutes of this match, and the crowd is like, oh my gosh, what am I looking at right now? So again, it may be 30 years later. I don't remember seeing this the first time and being incredibly amazed. I did like Ray. There were some matches that I was like, wow, this dude's pretty good. I don't ever remember this being one of them, though, and it isn't now. It is good, though. Dusty goes on a diatribe at one point in this match. Oh, by the way, Mike Tenay is with them for this. And Dusty just says, God knows what. And Shivani, with his line of the night, goes, hey, Mike, do you want me to translate any of that for you?
You stop me every time I don't get big trainer, and now you ain't got
You saw it at the end of the match. People were like, they came to life at the end of this match. They absolutely did. Some of the stuff Ray was doing. It ends with a power bomb reversal. That is, Dean gets his foot up on the rope. 1, 2, 3. Dean
without botching it.
We go to the back. Lex Luger is in the back. He is taking on the Giant for the heavyweight championship in the main event of this pay-per-view. Lex is already the TV champ and the World Tag Team champ. He's looking to add a third title here on this pay-per-view. As you know, I am not the biggest Lex interview fan guy.
Lack of respect.
He's Luger, man. That's what you get. Are you going to get a promo that's Stone Cold Steve Austin, Rock, Jake the Snake Roberts?
I don't know.
No, you're lucky if Luger can read the cue card and not only read it.
Dude, that's a problem. That's not a problem to you.
It is.
I just like Corky is freaking reading.
You know, right? I don't. He looks like $1 million to me. I like Luger, but yeah, his promos. I mean, they're not.
He's in a coma while he's talking.
Yeah, he's really bad at promos.
It's off, and it goes forever. This is a long promo, and he's classic Lex.
Oh God, yeah.
And he doesn't know what to say. Like it's like you can
he
look at him, and you can see the Nick whatever his name is, NBA player meme with the question marks on his head. Like he's trying to think of what to say, and at one point he goes, I'm going to say one thing to you. And then he doesn't know what he's going to say. He just sits there.
He's almost like, you know, when you were a kid and you were watching whether it was He-Man or Smurfs or whatever, and they would have...
It always goes back to cartoons.
Yeah, it always does. You would have, like, where's the key in Crystal Skull Mountain? Well, we need to get... What are we getting to cross? Crystal Skull Bridge. It's like someone just grabbed Luger. He had not known and said, dude, you're up and you got to cut a promo right now. And he had no clue he was wrestling or cutting a promo tonight.
Super Saturday, what is it? I don't know what it's called. What is it called?
And they just literally 2 seconds later threw him in front of that. It's what he sounds like. It's who Lex Luger is. He looks like $1 million, though. That's why I love the guy. So,
dude, they should have. You used the wrong. Shouldn't have been the Castle of Grayskull or whatever you just said. It should have been Wizard of Oz if I only had a brain. Because that's this guy.
He's so bad.
He can't talk.
Does he ever?
Give him 10 seconds. Don't give him 3 minutes.
You've talked with him, right? You've listened? Does he not run through stuff? Like, I feel like go back in front of the mirror and look at it and do a promo. You know, you got 20 minutes for your match. Does he not do that stuff?
I don't, dude. It's a long. I mean, he's way different now. You know,
right?
I mean,
he's a great guy. He seems like a really nice man today.
Really, I have no idea what he was doing. I didn't. I've talked to Scott Steiner about his promos before. I've never talked to Luger about it. Like, hey, man, how come you can't just talk to me like you're doing right now?
I don't know!
How come you can't just take a shirt off?
And your t-shirts are too tight too, Billy!
Like, what is going on, dude? Yeah, I don't know.
He's trying to be like so profound with what he's saying. Like,
I know.
What's the biggest word with the most syllables I can think of? Gene?
He would be like Kevin Nash.
Supercalifragilistic. Like, oh my God. What?
He's like if Kevin Nash wasn't articulate, trying to cut his promos, like, and he didn't make sense. Like Kevin Nash kind of sometimes goes over the top. You talked about trying to show how smart he is and what he knows. Like, if you could maybe give some of that, dial it back, and give a little to Luger, so he can.
Well, most of that doesn't make any sense either. But he delivers it as if he knows exactly what. Yes. Like he nails the delivery. We just spent 5 times longer on the Lex interview than the Ray match. But
what are we supposed to say about the Ray match? I mean, especially today on the Ray match, Ryan, you see them daily. You know, it's
you see 5 times a day.
Yeah, in the same show over and over again.
Hey, well, let's get back to
Luger.
Let's get back to some real wrestling here.
Yeah.
Some main event anywhere in the country. We got a grudge match between Big Bubba and Big John Tenta.
And
yes, sir, Big John Tenta. 1 week ago, he was Shark.
I'm not a fish.
Now, he's John Tenta.
He's not a Shark, Ryan. John Tenta, man, after the Quake and then the tag team with the Typhoon, that guy's hard to get up again, man. Like, you know.
Both of them. I mean, Boss Man got over as the Boss Man when he
was
turned.
Way over.
Somehow he got massively over. But they both immediately came in and went after Hogan.
Yeah.
And that's something we always talk about all the time. All right, you come in, they feed you to Hogan or whoever the champion is. Scott Steiner with Triple H. Now what? You lost. What do? It's a big thing with Obafemi right now. Are they going to have him fight Roman Reigns right now? Okay, cool. But then what? Where does he go?
Go fights LA Knight after that? Like, who wants to see, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. What do you do?
And both of these guys, though, with the gimmicks, because here's another one you forgot.
Oh.
When Bubba first came in, his name was The Boss. And they got sued for that immediately. Then he became, I'll be the guardian angel, like the biker gang. Now that was terrible. And now just go back to Big Bubba, who you were way back in the day.
Before he jumped ship to
Tenta,
WWE.
Come on, Avalanche, Shark.
From my knowledge, Ryan, he thought that Shark thing was going to win. Dude, he got a tattoo. Like, he thought that Shark thing was going to take off, man.
I go get my mail. The neighbors are laughing.
John Tenta is just done at this point and gets a power slam win, and then they feed him to the Giant. And Ryan, I don't think he's back after that.
I don't want to see these retreads. Earthquake at this point was 6 years earlier. Well, and, as much as we defend Hogan on a lot of things, that, I think more than anything, is Hogan's downfall. And, again, it ain't just Hogan who hires his friends.
No.
Go watch Wednesday night. But he hired all his boys.
Brother's brother.
We get an interview in the back right before they come out to fight their match. And we have the football players who are taking on the Horsemen. It is Steve Mongo McMichael, who was a commentator, actually, on Nitro. Well, he's getting in the ring for the first time, and he has brought his buddy who currently plays for the Carolina Panthers. It's Pro Bowl linebacker Kevin Green. Let you go. This might be on the Mount Rushmore of worst promos I've ever heard.
Yeah, they're just screaming in the mic, Ryan. I don't know. You hated it that much?
Dude, did you listen to what they said? McMichael says baby every other word.
Baby, we're coming to get you, baby.
All right, Kevin Green.
All I know, baby, is this like Goal Line, baby.
Hey, baby. Well, baby, we're going to talk about the most overrated show I've ever seen in my life, baby. Let's talk about it, baby. Baby, here it is, baby. That's the promo. Then, you didn't hear what Kevin Green said?
I'm sorry if I didn't take it in, man.
I'm coming hard. I'm coming heavy. We're not giving up an inch, baby. Watch out. We're coming hard.
Well,
you didn't watch this?
I must have, dude. Ryan, I'm sorry. I was half in and out. Yeah, I guess. Oh, man. That
Macho comes in and tries to save it because these are football players, Nick. And football players need a head coach. So Macho Man is their head coach for
Which,
this
if
match.
there's any guy that's got his head out of the clouds, it's the Macho Man.
Right, who doesn't just scream nonsense. Here comes Macho. He fits right in. The other big match this is known for.
Yeah.
Chris Benoit taking on Kevin Sullivan. They've had a blood feud going for quite a while. This one is Falls Count Anywhere. They immediately get out into the crowd. They go up the staircase, and they end up in the bathroom, which WCW has ended up doing again or before. It was cool, though. These are two guys I have never liked, and this is pre-murder. I was not into this guy at all.
Yeah.
He's got the freaking charisma of this Coke can. This was awesome. It worked great. They're beating each other up in the bathroom, which apparently back then they didn't block everything off because we know head of security, Doug Dillinger, is always great at keeping people out of where they're not supposed to be. Nobody ever gets in the ring or anything in WCW. No. They go into a bathroom where people are at. Like nowadays, that doesn't happen. You got women in there. Dusty's actually funny. There's a woman. There's a woman in the boys' bathroom.
But yeah, this was groundbreaking, man. I thought it was awesome. I wasn't expecting this match to be anything great, Ryan. When someone told me about, like, go watch this match, I'm like, Benoit and the Taskmaster. I hated the Taskmaster. I do not like Kevin Sullivan, man. I just don't get him.
But he's from the Iron Gates of Fate. How do you?
I have not been through there before, so I don't.
Yeah, you take a left at Detroit and you get there.
Yeah, the match is awesome, though. I mean, in the sad thing is that we get so many of them, it gets overlooked in history, because we didn't have these all the time. Now this is Monday, right, or Wednesday, or Friday, or whatever.
And they block people off too, like you said. There's literally dudes taking a whiz, dude.
That's what I thought. I couldn't believe it. I was like, oh my god, you're watching this. You're like, this is kind of sick, man. They're in people's in the bathroom, but it was really because. Right, they're in the bathroom. This is a great match. This really is. I think this is one of the reasons people rate this pay-per-view so high.
Yeah, there's so much cool stuff in it. Dusty, words do not discernible what we have seen here. No, they don't. I got one big problem with this match, though. They go all over the world. They go everywhere. Bathroom, slamming his door in the bathroom stall and all this. Benoit puts a table on top of the top rope in the corner. Off the table, 1, 2, 3. So they are all of 1 millimeter higher than a rope. So a superplex ended this match. After all of that, to their credit, the crowd loved it. The crowd goes nuts when he superplexes him off the rope. But it's a superplex. That would beat you when Cowboy Bob Orton did it in 1983. It ain't 1983 anymore. I just saw you hit a guy in the bathroom a million times. It's actually easier because you have a flat surface with the table than doing it off the ropes. Ask LA Knight, you might slip.
There were still different crowds, Ryan. You had the WWF crowd and you had the WCW crowd. You did have an overlapping bunch of people, but there were certain crowds. And for the WCW crowd, here comes Arn Anderson. Here comes, he had been playing us, if you will, about Benoit not being part of the Horsemen or him not being good enough or him wanting him out, whatever the story was.
Yeah, dissension in the Horsemen.
You got it. And he gets in there and pulls Benoit right off. He just starts leveling Taskmaster, and Benoit starts kicking him too, and the place erupts.
Everything's cool. They're back together. We immediately go to the back, and Woman and Elizabeth are back there with Mean Gene. He's drooling all over them as this match gets done, and here they come after their match. Here comes Arn, and here comes Benoit. Arn is trying to talk. He's like trying to explain what the heck happened. And Benoit just goes, yeah! He just screams, yeah. And then he puts up his 4 and he stands there like an idiot, like they always do. While Arn is trying to talk, and he just screams.
There's been wannabes! Righteousness! Out! They were horsemen.
He just screams the word righteousness at the top of his lungs for no apparent reason whatsoever. Poor horsemen stink.
You were making fun of Luger's promo. Go watch his. Like, he is awful. He cannot. Luger
looks
speak.
like the freaking debate team champion.
I'm going to walk to the ring. To the ring I will walk. And when I get to the stairs, I will walk upstairs. The stairs which I will walk up.
That's how you walk up.
Yeah, he just says everything. He's like what was the guy?
Say everything twice,
Say
brother.
everything twice.
Say everything twice. Ooh, yeah!
It's not really intelligent. It doesn't really lead anywhere. It's
not
just
really intelligent. No, it's not intelligent.
Not at all. It just, and I mean, I guess people can give him this, Ryan. The guy can wrestle in the room, but a lot of his moves look like he destroys himself. So it's just like, I mean, he's a vastly overrated wrestler, Ryan. And he is one of the guys.
I can't stand him.
He never, ever should have touched a world heavyweight title. I've been more of like a 6 foot and up world champion guy, too.
What about 5'8"? Lord Steven Regal taking on the Stinger. God. Sting comes out, place erupts. They go nuts for Sting. Sting ends up winning this thing. He does his Sting fire up, puts him in the Scorpion Deathlock, and it is over. I thought this match stunk. It was nothing but headlocks.
Regal.
I went and actually looked. I'm sitting there. I'm like, this is taking forever. Sting is in a headlock and an armbar so I rewound it. It's 7 minutes. He is in a headlock or an armbar, or he gets out and then gets right back into it. 7 minutes.
Today, Junior, let's go.
In Sting's defense, Ryan, his opponent has 1 speed, ultra slow. And, I mean, Regal...
Well, if we start ripping on him, then everybody will turn off. But
well, that's fine, because I was going to put him...
It's fine, see ya.
See ya. Because he stands with freaking Arn Anderson with me, dude. The dude is so vastly overrated, man. I would never even put an IC title on this guy. This guy is television champion at best. Ryan.
You want to see him on TV every week?
Oh, yeah. No, but dark match title guy. But, you know.
I'm the dark match champion.
Right, I'm sorry, dude.
You can't see me.
I don't know where this...
Oh, my God.
This came on later, Ryan, during the Monday Night Wars. I'm not going to lie to you. I met one dude, our buddy Nick, who liked Steven Regal. I have never met in my life during the Monday Night Wars someone's like, yeah, I'm here for Regal. Like,
that all started like 2000, 2001. All of a sudden, like this Regal stuff.
Yeah, I'm with you. The match is slow. It's not the worst match ever, but dear God, end the match. And it just seemed like Sting's fighting a guy who's way beneath him. Like, there's no way in my mind this guy can beat Sting.
One of the big matches of the night that a lot of people don't talk about, but at this point, this was a massive match. It is the Horsemen, Flair and Arn, taking on Kevin Green and Steve McMichael. Flair and Arn, their head coach, because, football players, we need a head coach. Did we talk about that 800 times? Bobby the Brain Heenan is their head coach, and Macho Man, as we said, for the other guys. It ends with Deborah McMichael leaving, and then she comes back down with the Horseman girls, and they're all wearing their evening gowns, because she was wearing Chicago Bears stuff. Leaves, evening gown, comes down with a briefcase, shows McMichael the money. McMichael says, okay, nails his boy with the briefcase, 1, 2, 3, and now we have our 4 horsemen. Benoit earlier, and now Here we go. McMichael's the fourth man.
I give this match credit, Ryan, because they don't do bad. Like, Kevin Green doesn't, like, you're going to get the down, up, down, up. You know, you got football player. It's kind of like the LT match with Bam Bam. Yeah. It's better than I thought it would be. You know, like, I mean.
The Horsemen do their job. The crowd is insane. They love it. Did Mongo see the money right then? And they just immediately.
Like that. It looked like that. This did not look pre-planned because Deborah, he has no idea what's in the case. He opens it up, kind of looks at the Horseman T-shirt, and then he holds up the money. I guess he was doing the light test there in the arena.
You would think it'd have to be because he just spent the last 20 minutes beating those guys up.
Right.
But they're okay with, hey, sorry about beating you up for the last 20 minutes. Here's $50,000.
My guess is what they were alluding to is she was in on it.
Well, she would have had to been because she came down in a dress that was perfectly form-fitted. What are they got a seamstress in the back that just did it up real quick? This is what we're here for. We've got one match left, and before we get there, here comes Eric Bischoff. We told you what happened on Nitro before. He said, I'll have an answer for you coming up at the Great American Bash if you got the guts to show up. Well, here they come. They don't have names yet. They're just the two dudes. I don't even think they're calling them the Outsiders yet. They're just these guys. Here they come. They want to know who the third man is. Or excuse me, who the three men are who are going to fight them. Bischoff says, we're not going to tell you yet. You will fight at Bash at the Beach. But before that, Nick, to increase this could be real type thing, he goes, do you work for the WWF? He says the name, which I guess maybe they'd given away some spoilers and things like that already, but he says the name. And do you work for them? This feels real, dude. It changes the whole dynamic of everything, doesn't it?
And I think, was that in response to the lawsuit?
Yeah, they had given a cease and desist, I think, at that point. So,
yeah, but it felt, because, and they did it quickly. No.
Yeah, they just go, no, Chico. And that's the only thing Nash says the whole time. He says nothing this entire time.
Well, he says something else, but not with words. He launches him through. But yeah, this, and I loved, Ryan, too, when Scott Hall comes out, and they've done this earlier on the show. They've mentioned Hogan's name. I think that's freaking awesome. Not that I would have been thinking that anyway. I wasn't like, oh, Hogan's the third man. But you're throwing me off. If it's not, I didn't know anything. Like, would it be someone from the WWE? Is it another guy from the WWF?
You would think so.
That was what Bret.
Well, I always thought it'd be Bret.
Stupid, clueless idiot.
And again, they may not have known yet at this point it was going to be Hogan. But yeah, it just takes Hogan right out of your thought process if he was even in it, because Hulk Hogan's not going to turn.
And why would you blow it?
Right.
Why would you say the name of the killer before the movie's over?
So he goes, yeah, I'll tell you. I'm not going to tell you who you're fighting. I'm going to tell you tomorrow on Nitro. That don't work for Hall, brother. The big man, the medium-sized man, and our surprise buddy are going to carve them up. And he goes, who is it? Who is it? You don't jack us around. Punch in the stomach. Then Nash takes him, fires Eric Bischoff. Just some guy.
Not a wrestler.
Insiders know he's the president. Most people just know he's some announcer. He not only power bombs this man, he throws him,
launches him
the stage. If you know what the Baltimore Arena looks like, it's like 100 years old. It has a stage in the corner. It's a big horseshoe. Off the stage, through a table, he's laying there like a chalk outline. I can't tell you how big and important and everything. This changes wrestling entirely. We have never seen Bad News Brown like shoved Jack Tunney one time, and freaking Vader beat up Gorilla Monsoon. But Gorilla Monsoon is the same size as Vader.
And he's
100 years old. But he's a wrestler. This is just some guy.
This was incredible, Ryan. And I mean, 88 Hebner says, whoa, you threw him too hard.
The image is absolutely incredible. And it just goes even more like, this is something I've never seen. And these guys, yeah, they say they don't work for WWF. Well, what happened? Did they get fired? Or what? You don't know. You have no idea what's going on sitting at home. It's crazy.
And Ryan, I think you said it great right there. The image, what you see. This is so important. This looked real. This looked great. These guys are here for real.
This is the first time we see this is where we're going. This is where the company is going now. This is the direction not only of wrestling matches or storytelling, gang warfare. This is where we are going. And they did from that point on. You mentioned earlier the lawn dart and all that half-hour-long thing that happened in the back when they go to the hotel, when they beat up the Nasty Boys, when they beat up anybody, spray painting people, spray painting Ric Flair's blonde head. Like,
we'd never seen this.
The belt, like this entire show, which is, yeah, pretty good matches and everything, but it's WCW. I said it. This is just taking the wheel and cranking it as far to the left as you possibly can. And it did it for the entire business, not just WCW. This moment right here is what changes the business. You can't say enough. You don't know their names. They don't have names. They're not the Outsiders. They're not Hall and Nash. They're not Razor or Diesel. Like, they're just dudes.
We're here to destroy this place.
Yeah.
We're here to destroy it. Things just kept shocking you. You didn't know what was going to happen next. And it's easy to watch today because all this stuff has been done 45,000 frickin' times, you know, and there's nothing. But I mean, it's one of those moments when you see it for the first time and new stuff start to come out, you know. It was really awesome, man.
This is why I was in Wisconsin begging the hotel to let me buy this on pay-per-view. I mean, I saw Eric Bischoff die for all I knew. Yeah. Like, I gotta see this. Who's gonna be the third man? And again, I thought it was gonna be Brett.
And then they do the right thing too, Ryan. He's unlike today, he would have got up and cut a promo backstage 10 minutes after, not even 5 minutes after being
kicked out at 1.
He's off screen for a while, right?
Shivani does a good job initially when it first happens, and oh my gosh. Well, then Shivani leaves. And then they leave Dusty by himself. Whoever thought that was a good idea. But again, it does sell.
Yeah, he went to check out. Luger walks down by the stage and even like...
Well, so Luger's fighting the Giant. Shivani comes back, and they are spending the entire time in the first 5 minutes at least talking about Eric Bischoff. This is terrible. This is terrible. The booking of this show is terrible. You had all these other know-nothing matches. You could have had this right before
3 matches.
El Gato and freaking Conan. This is what you do on Nitro, and then with the roadblock against God knows who. Then you sit there the whole time talking about what the NWO just did. They hadn't figured that quite out yet. This is your world title match, and you're spending the whole time talking about Eric Bischoff. Luger has the Giant up on the ropes. He's going for the rack, Nick.
And he just falls.
Live round of
dude, he looks like he took it looks like his head got
him up in the rack, and he collapses. It looked good.
It looked great.
It looked good. And then choke slam 1, 2, 3. The Giant beats Luger.
Yeah.
Anything on the match at all? Other than the end, the finish was pretty good. Actually,
it was pretty good, and he just wins. You know, the villain just wins. Like, there wasn't. Jimmy Hart may have tried foul play, but he didn't.
Right. And the whole thing was, can he get him up in the torture rack? The guy's the Giant. He weighs 500 pounds. No, he can't. And he squashed. He literally squashed him like a ball.
from the time he picks up that belt to the time he loses it is the best push this guy's ever had in his whole career. They made him a monster. They did. You can rip on WCW for a lot of things, but not pushing this guy.
No question. Anything else that you want to hit on before we go into our ultimate run back?
On the runbacks.
Let's hit it. What's your line of the night, big fella?
Best line? Okay. Ryan, because we say it. Carve them up is my line of the night. Scott Hall with we're going to carve them up, man. That's my line of the night. It was hard finding some, so I still say that today, Ryan. I mean, what are you going to do? You can send them more. We're going to carve them up. That's my line of the night.
If you will, wasn't your line of the night?
No.
I have the other one. You don't jack us around. That's the...
jack us. That's a good one, too. Yeah.
That's the big one to me that you don't jack us around. Then he nails it. Funniest moment of the night. Okay. Kevin Green and Mongo. The promo is just unbelievable. Hilarious.
Since you take that, I'm going to take the other. Dude, Scott Hall, under his breath. Dude, you're going to face our guys at Bash of the Beach on the 7th. Scott Hall, on the set. I'm free.
Yeah. There you go. I'm free.
I'm free. That's my
love
funny.
Us in Baltimore.
Dude, Scott Hall is, because it's just the way he says it too.
What has aged the best
of this one? I think the quality of the in-ring work. I'll give that. The Mysterio, Malenko, the Sullivan, Benoit match, even the Horseman football players. It's a fun match.
This stuff definitely worked. It's going to be the answer for a lot of stuff, but the whole outsiders thing.
Sure.
I mean, that turned into what wrestling is. Now we have to one-up. Unfortunately, now we have to keep one-upping things, and that became another thing we have to one-up.
I didn't pick the outsiders because I figured you would. I just wanted to, but that is the... Yeah, I'm with you.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. Like, you could watch, even today, people get thrown off the stage all the time. But just some guy gets thrown off the stage. Yeah, it's pretty sweet. What has aged the worst? I wonder what I will pick. Maybe the fella with the polka dots.
You're saying, Ryan, I'm gonna say what has aged the worst is the Sting Mean Gene interview. I would not play that for your friends at a party out loud.
Well, and on top of going after a demographic of people, he also went after like England.
So England does not think that aged well, dude.
Yeah. So let alone that demographic in England. That's probably isn't cooking too well, you know?
No.
Yeah. Well, and just what's the point? That's why you're fighting?
Yeah.
Like that's called like hate crimes.
Yeah. Sting has been booked.
We got a word for that 30 years later.
Yeah.
Hate crime. Good job, Stinger.
And then he's welcome in AEW.
Good night. You got a nitpick? I kind of gave mine earlier.
I did too, Ryan. I wrote the same thing as why is Savage not on the card?
Yeah.
Like, he's Macho Man. Like, even today, outside the Hall and Nash angle, he's the biggest guy on that card.
Hot take. This show is nowhere near as good as I remembered. Now, that doesn't mean it sucks, because I think the show is pretty good in certain areas. But this show is unwatchable. This show was ruined for me.
By the announcing?
By Dusty Rhodes. Dusty Rhodes is the worst announcer I have ever heard in my life. And it's not even in any sport. It could be freaking croquet. This guy stinks.
That's right, it stinks!
It is unwatchable. 3 hours of listening to a man just freaking babble. Not complete sentences. I remember watching all of these pay-per-views in the summer of 1997. Dusty kept saying the word situation all the time. And that was like a big thing with us for years. Oh, we got us a situation. We got a situation. and it was just kind of funny because he probably said it a couple of times. Dude, he says the word situation at least 10 times in the first 5 minutes of the opening match. I wish I would have kept a counter from the beginning because I guarantee you, I'm not kidding, dude. This is not, he probably says the word situation 200 times. 200. It is at least 20 times per match. And if he isn't saying situation, and he says it like it doesn't even make sense why he just adds the word situation in the middle of a sentence.
That doesn't make sense.
And if he doesn't say that, he says, if you will. No, I won't. And that doesn't make any sense. He's like, yeah, to drink my can of Coke, I'm going to open it if you will. How else are you going to open it? It's constant. It's constant. And then by the end of the night, he says, unbelievable. And then he goes, I know I've said it 1,000,000 times, but man, this is unbelievable. Bro, you've said everything 1,000 times. I have numerous dusty isms from this show. If you listen at home on the radio WCW, this was a thing. Ray, spinning arm drag. Quote, he got that from a different situation. You see arm drags from a different situation. That was one sentence.
That doesn't make sense.
This is a situation right here of a pride situation. And Lord Steven Regal is coming here to a situation.
That doesn't make sense.
Yeah, have you ever hit yourself with a brick wall?
Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it.
I hate this pay-per-view.
Really?
This pay-per-view's awful. This isn't even a Red Rooster, dude. This is like every job guy ever. This is Sonny Blaze. Wow. This is Rooster. This is
because of the announcing.
Yes.
Okay.
I cannot. Wow. I will never watch this again. Like it took me out of my. I'm gonna go into 30 years ago. I'm gonna go back to 16-year-old Ryan. The second I do, the situation over, if I will, with the situation, I was angry. I hate this show. I hate this show. And I'm worried now that I'm going to go watch Bash at the Beach all the way through, which I haven't done in a long time. And I'm going to watch Fall Brawl and watch Road Wild. And I'm going to hear this and I'm going to hate it. Who thought it was a good idea to not have Heenan out there? Because at least with 3 of them, you didn't get all of Dusty. Having Heenan, at least you got a little bit, and it wasn't just Dusty trying to talk because I got 3 hours to fill, so I need to say something. Stinks.
I'll go the different way on the same area. I think hot take, Mike Tenay is vastly underrated. I think he gets a lot of crap as an adult. He's really good at calling out stuff that I have no idea. You know who could use him? AEW. So you could explain who the hell Hakasamoto is. He was big in Japan. I don't know who that guy is.
Who in the blue hell are you?
I think Mike Tenay brings a valuable piece of knowledge to the announce team, and when used in small spurts can be very effective.
Yeah, I always thought he was good. I liked when he was out there.
I did not. I hated him when I was a kid.
I remember.
I hated him. I was going to say another one for you, Dusty. Dusty's like, I just gave him a nickname, Iron Mike. I'm like,
yeah.
Mike? Like,
yeah. Nobody's ever been called Iron Mike before. Not like every person ever named Mike in the history of the world. Yeah, I just gave him a nickname. In Mexico, they call this a situational. We got a situational. Yeah.
But anyway, I like Tenay. I wish I would have gave him more of a chance. If I ever go back and rewatch stuff, I want to listen to him a little bit more because I'll tell you this much, he does know what he's talking about.
Well, you think he does because if you know nothing, you could say anything.
The patella. I mean, Gorilla gave me so much medical knowledge when I was a kid.
The bump on the back of your head, extuberal protuberance.
Yeah, the cerebral protuberance or whatever you call it.
What that is that's a situation on the back of your head where you got that bump situation, if you will, back there. Shut up. Gosh, dude. Match of the night. There's a couple.
Benoit Sullivan.
Yeah.
I mean, as good as the Cruiser one is, they're putting those on. And again, nothing against it. It's great. They're putting them on pay-per-view after pay-per-view. We're going to see that match, and maybe even better.
Way better.
I'm sitting there going, I don't like either one of these guys, but I can't stop watching this match. It's a good match.
Yeah. How about the exact opposite? The worst match of the night.
I put Conan and Kato or Gato or whatever his name, because I just don't.
Cat.
Yeah, I just don't like those. I don't know Conan as the AAA Mexican champion, and I sure as hell don't know Viano Pat Tanaka 4. Whoever he is, like coming out, like that's what. Shark and Trailer could probably be thrown in there.
Shivani keeps calling him Shark too, which is hilarious.
But I mean, at least I know those guys, Ryan. At least they're people, man. Like, they're wrestlers I know. Like,
at least they're people, not a fish.
I'm not a fish.
Next up, the most rewatchable scene. Pretty obvious.
I think we're gonna go like Ryan. We're not even talking. Most of the biggest moments is not any match. It's the outsiders, right? Most rewatchable is Bischoff getting freaking trucked through the table.
Yeah, we still talk 30 years later. Yeah, I will say maybe not a close second, but second would be the fighting in the bathroom. I thought that was well done, and something you remember. Not like this. I mean, this is literally 30 years later. This is why we are doing this pay-per-view for that little 3 to 5 minute segment right there.
Ryan, there's moments in time you can just say them. The slam of Andre, the Hogan Rock stare down, that you can, when you just say them, you can see them in your mind. Bischoff getting powerbombed through I don't need to watch it. I can literally see it happening in my head.
Yep, no question. And it's really the same thing for the moment of the night.
Yeah.
Just an absolute shocker.
You get the moment of the night could even be that whole situation with the Outsiders and Bischoff. The whole thing.
Dusty's wearing off on you, man. That whole situation.
If you will, that will be the moment. If you will, that will be the moment. If you will
fly 50 feet through a table, if you will. Yeah, and again, this is long before.
Dude, I live in Florida. You're gonna get me freaking stoned. Anyway, like not like Cheech and Chong. Like you're gonna get me like tied to a pole, and freaking people are gonna throw stuff at me because of Dusty here.
Well, I'm sorry, dude. He stinks.
Fucking thing sucks.
Who won the night, Ryan?
Not Dusty.
Who won the night for you?
Eric Bischoff.
I was going to say the same thing. WCW shareholders, WCW stock, WCW. I think you're starting to get an audience moving toward WCW because of that nWo. This is must-see TV, Ryan.
Yeah, well, at least for 5 minutes of it.
Yeah,
but, Bischoff won the night to me because who gave a crap about Eric Bischoff? I mean, unless you were a dirt sheet guy who hated him or an ECW guy who hated him, because Paul Heyman was saying what he was saying, and Bischoff was the announcer. So he became a character now. Wow, you want to know what's going on with him? What is that going to do now that they just killed this freaking guy? What's the legacy? The legacy of this show.
This one was kind of hard for me. I said it's a transitioning pay-per-view from WCW. What you're looking at is you're building your world champ, so he can I'm hoping. I'm booking this backwards. You got your world champ, major win. You're going to transition the belt to the nWo eventually. You build Hall and Nash. You reform the Horsemen as your top, and moving them to be your top, your heel, your face faction against the nWo. You're positioning your cruiserweights as your draw of the mid card here. These guys are going to be the workaholics. The nWo are going to dominate these shows now. They're why we're tuning in.
I kind of have the same thing. This pay-per-view, in 1 5 minute, if even that segment, sets the tone for what we are going to get for the rest of forever. 30 years now, what do? We get swerves, and we get crazy bumps, and we get all this kind of stuff. The NWO set up what WCW was going to be right here. No rules. We've never seen it. It looks real. Oh my gosh, was that supposed to happen? All of that. And thank God that the NWO did come.
That NWO aura in the air, that just feeling adds to this pay-per-view.
Definitely an important show, no matter what Dusty did to it. It is an important show. I'm glad we could run it back, and we are going to continue to do that throughout the summer. We are going straight WCW from 30 years ago as the NWO begins. We did, for the 25th anniversary, we did a bunch of NWO shows, and we have a bunch of NWO content on our channel. Go back and find that, and we are going to do a bunch more here all summer long.
To me, Ryan, starting at this next one, I think there's like 3, 4, or 5 of the best in-line pay-per-views I've ever seen in my life. Other than like 87 to like 89, 90, 96, these swing of pay-per-views are some of the greatest moments in my wrestling history, if you will.
Yeah, if I will. I won't.
If I will.
So,
situationally, they are.
Yeah, it's not a situation where I will, if you will. Thanks so much, everybody. Check out our other stuff. Thanks for watching our other stuff. Our numbers are through the roof, man. It's been great. We appreciate it, and we'll keep pumping out the good stuff. Till next time, job guys, out.
You smell something, it's us, because we're the stuff.